Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Afrini Siregar, English Education Department. And here I will explain to kin of the reading. I can share screen. 1 minute. Kin of reading, kins of reading. In the study of reading, there are many types of reading. Reading can be divided into reading silently, as well as reading aloud or reading alone, judging from the scope of reading material read. Reading can be classified into extensive reading and intensive reading, judging from the purpose of depth or the level. Reading can be classified into literary reading, critical reading, and creative reading. Seek imported sorry. Seek imported to into in the types of reading. Seek imported points in the type of reading and A. Reading alone and reading silently. B. Extensive reading and intensive reading. C. Extensive reading. D. Extensive reading. E. Skimming. And F. Scanning. Okay. A. Reading alone and reading silently. Reading alone is the progress of communicating the context of reading to others. Because the main goal is to communicate the contents of the reading. The reader is not only able to say it out loud, but also learns to be able to do the processing so that the message of meaning contained in the language can be conveyed clearly and well. Right by those who understand it. B. Extensive reading and intensive reading. Extensive reading is reading that is done extensively. Students are given freedom and flexibility in terms of giving both the types or scope of the reading materials they read. This reading program is very useful in providing a very wide variety of experiences for students who follow it. C. Extensive reading. Extensive reading lays more emphasis of fluency and less on a quirky. Yeah. It usually involves reading for pleasure and is more of an out of classroom activity. It is highly and you likely for readers to take up the extensive reading for texts they do not like. D. Extensive reading. Extensive reading is program of reading activities criteria of carefully. In this reading, students only read one first survival course for extend readings material. Then the intensive reading program is one of the critical effort to grow and hone reading skill in general. Intensive reading is far more time consuming than skimming and scanning as it needs the reader's attention to detail. It influences post reading that aims at accurately for comprehension. Here, the reader has to understand the meaning of each and every word. Types of intensive reading include number 1, talk reading, and number 2, reading comprehension. Reading comprehension it's a type or reading that aims to understand literary standards of norms, critical review, written plays, and fiction patterns. Number 3, critical reading. Critical reading is a type of reading that is done wisely totally fully in depth and not just looking for mistakes. And 4, reading idioms. Reading idiom is a reading activity that aims to find over time and the idea contained in reading. Number 5, reading for given language. Reading for given language is reading of a given language as a lower level general aims to increase word strength and develop vocabulary at a reader level. Of course, it aims to achieve fluency. Number 6, reading literature. Reading literature is an activity of reading literature work, both of the sake of appreciation and for the sake of study and assessment. Okay, next. Skimming. Sometimes referred to as skis reading means going top the text to grab the main idea. Here, the reader don't pronounce each and fair word of the text, but focus their attention of the main theme of or the core of the text. Example of skimming are reading magazines or newspapers and searching for the name in the telephone dictionary. Plus F, scanning. Here the reader quickly sorts across sentence to get to a particular page of information. Scanning involves the technique of rejecting or ignoring irrelevant information from the text to locate a specific page of information. Okay, I got this material from the internet and from the book. And here is the link. So we can see is the link. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. This is presentation for me. Thank you for the time and goodbye.